Hey everybody, it's Lee. Life hacks for you. We're going to talk about getting your garden started. So here I have some trays that you can see that we've set up. I got all this for free. It was being thrown away and we're just utilize everything we can from other sources. I filled this with some of our good soil that I make here on site with worm compost and things like that. But because worm compost is a cold process, a lot of weed seeds sneak through. And as you can see, if you look at this a little bit closer, you'll see a lot of the seeds have sprouted, and you can see quite a few little sprouts and weed seeds popping out all over the place. And here's a little grass, for example, and some other weeds. So what I'm gonna do is I filled this ahead of time and I've given it a couple weeks to sit and allow all those weed seeds to sprout that are gonna sprout because it's the perfect weather. And now I'm just gonna dig in here and disturb everything and turn their little lives upside down. There actually might be a lot of good seeds in here too, but we can't take the chance. We're not sure, so we're not gonna take a chance. I'm just flipping everybody upside down, just disturbing the soil, making it real hard for these guys to sprout back. Flipping them upside down. And I can see their little roots, so they're gonna have a tough time. They might still pop through, but it's gonna be less likely. And that's all we're going for, is just a greater chance for the seeds we want to grow. And disturbing the soil like this also helps push a little bit of air in here and get it ready for new roots. And if I see anything that's out of level, I'll fix it. I want them all to be about 1 inch from the top, because that's what we need for our soil. So I got all that ready. Now I have our pre-sifted clean soil, and I purchased this soil. It's 4-way. It's about $30 a yard, and then I mix it with some pre-composted sawdust, mostly fir, and I just make a nice little sprinkle to where I'm about 1/2 inch from the top. And that's pretty much good. Now I'm going to throw some beans in each one of these. We like garden beans and pole beans. Pole beans, I think, are the most productive of all the beans, and they take up the least amount of space if you trellis them. So I think they're probably the best choice if you're trying to get the most food for your buck. So here we have planted all of these. And I like to stand mine up. I'm not 100% sure that makes a big difference, but it seems to help. And we've got 2 more. This one's a little full. We'll share the love with this one. Push it down in there a little bit. I just noticed I used to plant seeds a little deeper, but if you just kind of barely cover them, they seem to pop up a lot easier. And I think that's more how they would be in nature. It's just barely covered with any soil at all, if that. So we have all these set just where we want them. They're maybe 1/2 inch from the top, and we've got them all ready. And I'm just gonna give them a gentle covering with our pre-mixed soil. So what this does is it creates a barrier too for the weed seeds that are inside of the pots, but we didn't have to use as much of the purchased soil. We don't really have the capacity to make enough soil for that type of stuff. We don't have that much room. All right, so now I'm just gonna shower these over, and I'm gonna keep them moist throughout the week, and that's all that we have to do. And then pretty soon we're gonna have a bunch of sprouts, and then we'll transfer them into the garden. All right, thanks a lot. Tune in next time.